Back-to-back sold-out nights at San Jose's SAP Center this weekend. Mexican legends Maná wrapping up their Beber Sin Aye show, the 30-day run, named after their iconic 1992 ballad, took multiple generational fans on a journey through classic hits and new music, all while delivering a powerful message of unity. Frontman Olvera also echoing the sentiment of unity, telling the packed arena not to let fear prevail and to keep fighting, while also highlighting that Latinos are essential to the economy here in North America. And global Latin superstar set to make history on the Super Bowl halftime stage, Bad Bunny. But this is about more than music. It's about money and impact. He's sold out residency, pumped millions into Puerto Rico's economy, and now Santa Clara is bracing for its own economic boost, even as there has been some right-wing backlash over his appearance, and it continues to grow this morning. So what does this moment say about the rising power of Latin artists in the U.S.? For Insight, we welcome José Valentino Ruiz, a U.S. speaker of creative economy and global arts, entrepreneurship at the University of Florida, professor as well. Thank you for joining us, José.
Hey, a pleasure.
All right, so let's start with this. We see these Latin music stars, really making a big impact on the economy. Mm-hmm. And the growth has just been tremendous year over year. But who's actually buying this? A lot of these artists like Bad Bunny perform in Spanish. So does this go beyond just Spanish speakers as well?
Oh, absolutely. There's $1.4 billion that are being generated U.S. recorded music revenue in 2024 alone, according to the Recording Industry Association of America. There's also 16% year-over-year growth, making it the fastest growing genre in the United States. People from all demographics are gravitating towards Latin music, and Latin music now represents nearly 10% of the entire U.S. music market, a historic high, and streaming consumption of Latin music has tripled since 2020.
So where's this coming from then, if some people may not even understand what's being said? Is there some sort of a new breakthrough where people are learning Spanish, or is it just the beats of the song they're learning, maybe how to sing in Spanish, and that's what they know? What's going on here?
People are wanting to come together, and so Latin music is a genre that is encouraging listeners to come together as a community, whereas other genres is more about streaming and listening and kind of more siloed music experiences, where Latin music is all about people of different cultures, right? I mean, to even be Puerto Rican is to have Taino Indian, you have the West Africans, you have the Spaniards, and just all walks of life. And so it's the music, but it's also the ethos of the genre of Latin music as a whole.
And just to highlight the continued influence here, we have Dua Lipa learning to sing her songs in Spanish, doing a duet on stage in Spanish. She's, English Albanian, and she had to learn the language as she goes on her Latin American tour. I got to say that's pretty impressive. And I wonder what that's going to mean for the future here. I mean, are more people going to learn Spanish, or does this, this sense of community of oneness, does it invite this type of understanding and maybe urge to learn about different cultures?
Absolutely. Listen, I think in regards to Dua Lipa, this shows how global and interconnected the music landscape has become. It highlights the international respect for Latin creativity and also demonstrates the economic confidence that industries have in Latin artists. And so we think about also the ticket sales. They average between 5 to 10 million per U.S. stadium. There's high tours generating estimated from 120 million to 150 million in local economic impact per major city, hotels, restaurants, transportation. This is the result of what happens when people start embracing Latin communities and Latin cultures. And I think while there are distinctions between the Latin communities, one common theme across all of Latin America, Afro-Latin countries, and Ibero-Latin American culture is the focus on unity, where there is dialogue, where there is community, there's respect for one another. And I think people are seeking to find those communities.
So I only have a few seconds left here, but I do want to ask you, what do you make of the controversy that was raised by some when they found out that Bad Bunny, who's a global international superstar here, was going to be performing, and they're saying this doesn't fit, he doesn't even sing in English. But what did you make of the controversy when it sparked over Bad Bunny performing at the Super Bowl halftime show?
Sure. Well, Bad Bunny is actually not the first Latin artist to perform in the Super Bowl. I mean, just a few years ago, we had Shakira and J-Lo. And my expertise is in creative economy. So from that standpoint, I think the numbers are very clear. Latin artists contribute billions to the U.S. economy, elevate local businesses, and create cultural unity. So that's the impact that I think everybody needs to be focusing on, no matter what side of the political aisle.
All right. José Valentino Ruiz, U.S. Speaker of Creative Economy, Global Arts, Entrepreneurship, and University of Florida professor and distant cousin of Bad Bunny. Thank you for joining us this morning. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for your insight.
Yeah.
All right.